1 Chronicles chapter 25. David, together with the commanders of the army, set apart some of the sons of Asaph, Heman and Jeduthun for the ministry of prophesying, accompanied by harps, lyres and cymbals. Here is the list of the men who performed this service. From the sons of Asaph, Zaccur, Joseph, Nethaniah and Azarela. The sons of Asaph were under the supervision of Asaph, who prophesied under the king's supervision. For Jeduthun, from his sons, Gedaliah, Zerai, Jeshaiah, Shimei, Hashabiah, and Mattithiah, 6 in all, under the supervision of their father Jeduthun, who prophesied using the harp in thanking and praising the Lord. As for Heman, from his sons, Bechiah, Mattaniah, Uzziel, Shubael and Jerimoth, Hananiah, Hanani, Eliathah, Giddalti, and Romamti-Ezer, Joshbekashah, Malathi, Hothir, and Mahazioth. All these were sons of Heman, the king's seer. They were given to him through the promise of God to exalt him. God gave Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these men were under the supervision of their father for the music of the temple of the Lord, with cymbals, lyres and harps, for the ministry at the house of God. Asaph, Jeduthun and Heman were under the supervision of the king. Along with their relatives, all of them trained and skilled in music for the Lord, they numbered 288. Young and old alike, teacher as well as student, cast lots for their duties. The first lot, which was for Asaph, fell to Joseph, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The second to Gedaliah, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The third to Zaccur, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The fourth to Isri, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The fifth to Nethaniah, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The sixth to Bechiah, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The seventh to Jesarela, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The eighth to Jeshaiah, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The ninth to Mattaniah, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The 10th to Shimei, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The 11th to Ezarel, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The 12th to Hashabiah, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 13th to Shubael, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 14th to Mattithiah, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 15th to Jerimoth, who, with his sons and brothers, made 12. The 16th to Hananiah, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 17th to Joshbekashah, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 18th to Hanani, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 19th to Malathi, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 20th to Eliathah, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 21st to Hothir, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 22nd to Giddalti, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 23rd to Mahazioth, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12. The 24th to Romamti-Ezer, who, with his sons and relatives, made 12.